Hello guys, Tops here. Today is something special. I am making a trades tier list. Alright, let's get into it. I have the S tier for the best ones in the game that you want to hunt. The good trades, the whatever, the bad trades in the starting scenario trades. Oopsie. That is starting scenarios. Typo. Alright, let's go. Acolyte of Darfcool. The Darfcool trades are the candles that you get when you're playing Darfcool cultists. So all of them, of course, go into the starting scenario roster, and all of them are things you want. They're pretty good. Addict, pretty bad trade, minus 10% of all of your stats. You can get this if you take too many potions, and you can lose it, but pretty bad trade. Ailing, poison effects last one additional turn. It's actually whatever. Poison is so rare in the game. You can lose bros. I have lost bros to that, but generally it's whatever trade because it never matters. Arena Fighter. You get them from the arena, +5 and +10 resolve, with additional chance of surviving struck down. These are the good things that you want. The first one is just a notification that you did it, so it's whatever really good trades that you want, and you can get them by winning fights in the arena, 5 and 12 fights. Asthmatic, one of the worst ones in the game, -3 fatigue recovery per turn, makes most bros that have it unusable. Athletic, build up 2 less fatigue for each tile traveled. That's a good one. Combines well with Pathfinder, makes you basically not having to use fatigue on all terrain. Pretty good. Bleeder. Bleed lasts 1 additional turn. That is a bad trade, and it's especially bad for nimble bros that get destroyed by bleeding. Bad trade. Bloodthirsty. All kills are fatalities. It's in whatever trade, has some ups and downsides, does basically nothing most of the time. It's just there, you know. Brave, +5% resolve, not 5%, +5 resolve. Good trade. Most of these trades are additional stats or less stats, so pretty straightforward. Bright, I really like this trade. Gives you 10% XP for everything, and this means your bro is basically 10% better than everybody else. Really nice. Your bro levels up faster, gets stronger faster. Yeah, really nice. Like this trade a lot. Okay, Brood is a special one. And I think Brood is one of these trades that you hunt for. Because Brood gives you +15% headshot chance, but -5 melee skill. And so basically you want to have a Brood guy that has high melee skill, so you can make him into a flail headhunter. And flail headhunters with Brood traits do insane damage. The 2-shot Orc Warriors, they can 1-shot Chosen with Killing Frenzy up. It's incredible. And I really like this trait. But -5 melee skill is a big downside. You need to find a good bro. But it's a massive damage boost. Alright. Chosen of Darfcool. Of course, Darfcool Cultist. Club-footed, +2 fatigue for each tile traveled. That's a bad trait. Don't like it. Clumsy, -5 melee skill. Just bad. Cocky, +5 resolve, -5 melee and range defense. One of the worst traits in the game. Negative defense is the best stat in the game. And getting negative defense for just a little bit more resolve is terrible. Makes most pros unusable. Craven, -10 resolve. Horrible. Horrible trait. Dastard, starts combat at wavering morale. Again, horrible trait. Makes bros unusable. Deathwish, that's a really good one. No moral check is triggered upon losing hit points. That means you are immune to fearsome and you don't care about certain things in the game. Really good. Determined, you start at confident morale if you are permitted by mood. That's a really good trait. Gives you +10% stat bonus if you are confident. Really nice. Dexterous, 5 melee skill. Just a good trait. Really good. Disciple, of course. Disloyal, more likely to desert you. Is whatever, honestly. Your bros basically never desert you, so whatever. Drunkard, you become drunkard if you lose too many bros. And drunkard is a swingy thing because you get plus 10% melee damage and plus 5 resolve, but you lose melee skill and range skill. So yeah, I would say it's whatever because it really depends on what bro. If you have a bro that has high melee skill, it's S tier, plus 10% damage. If you have an archer, it's bad because you now have negative 10% range skill with no benefits. And for like most bros is okay. For a tank, it's pretty good because you get plus 5 resolve. So it really depends, right? Really depends. Dumb trait, minus 15% experience gain. That's just bad. You are 15% worse than all of your other brothers. Eagle Eyes, plus 1 vision. That's a classic whatever game, whatever perk. Who cares? Faint-hearted, minus 5 resolve. Bad. That is just straight up bad. The candles are bad. These candles are good. Fanatic of Darfgul for Darfgul Cultist, plus 5 resolve. Fat. I would say fat is whatever. It's a trade-off. Plus 10 hit points versus minus 10 fatigue. It's whatever because on some bros you want to have the hit points, on some bros you want to have the fatigue. So depends on the bro. You can lose this trait by traveling around a lot. Alright, the next ones. Minus Fear of Beasts, Greenskins and Undead is minus 10 resolve when in fight with those foes. And I honestly would say they are completely whatever. Where are they though? Here. They are whatever because they don't matter too much in most fights, right? So in most fights it does nothing. Same with plus 10 resolve when you fight Greenskins, Undead or Beasts. Hate for Greenskins, Undeads or Beast. Alright, Fearless, plus 10 resolve. That's just good. Not much more to say. Fragile, minus 10 hit points. Really bad trait, makes brothers unusable. Really bad trait. Glorious Endurance, Quickness, Resolve. The Gladiator traits, all of them are insane. But you only get them if you play the Gladiator Origin. Really good though. Gluttonous, eats 3 instead of 2 food per day. I don't like it. You eat more food, you can get bad mood if you don't have enough food. It also can make you fat, which is just bad. I really don't like this trait. I think it's a bad trait. Doesn't make a brother unusable, but I really don't like it. Next one, Greedy. 15% increased daily wage, and you can ask for higher pay raise. It's just a bad trait. The hate for Greenskins, Beasts and Undead. Again, whatever, like, doesn't matter. You can gain or lose these hate for Undead and Fear of Undead. You know, can gain or lose them by events. It's whatever. Hesitant, minus 10 initiative. In my opinion, that's whatever. Doesn't do much in most cases. It's not great for dodge bros, but even for dodge bros, it's not the end of the world. Alright. Huge, plus 10% bonus damage in melee with negative defense. That's one of these traits you hunt for. One of the best traits in the game. Because damage bonuses are really, really rare. And just thinking about it, I think Drunkard is also S tier. Just because if you get it, it can make bros bad, but that's what you hunt late game for. You hunt for high stats with one of these traits for additional damage to create monsters, giga damage demons, right? Next one, Impatient. I think it's a bad trait because I like to skip the first turn to let my opponent come to me and then I decide what I want to do. And that means a lot of the time I skip this guy, right? He doesn't move the first turn, so because of this interaction, I don't like it. Insecure, never be confident morale. Okay, never have good stats, it's horrible. Iron Lungs. Maybe the best trait in the game. One of the best for sure. +3 fatigue recovery per turn. That's what you hunt for. Makes your forge tanks incredible. Makes your damage dealers incredible. Really good trait. Iron Jaw. Threshold to sustain injuries is reduced. That's pretty good. Really good on nimble tanks. Good on everybody else. Irrational. +10, -10 resolve. I hate it. It's just bad. Loyal. 50% less likely to desert you. It's completely whatever. Lucky. 10% chance to require the attacker to make 2 successful attack rolls to hit you. That's just a really good, really good trait. That's technically -10% hit chance for your opponent. Really good. Okay, Mad is whatever. It's +15 or -15 resolve, and you can only get that if somebody reads the Black Book. So the Mad trait, because of that, is whatever. It's only on a very specific event in the late game when the run is basically finished, so who cares? Night Blind. Where's the Night Blind? Whatever, right? Who cares? Can make a difference if you have Forge Bros. They can't attack 2 tiles sometimes if they have heavy helmets, so you need to give your boys better helmets. Alright, Night Owl. +1 vision during night time. Is whatever. Basically the reverse thing. Old. Okay, you can have an aging Swordmaster. Swordmasters get old eventually. So you get a bunch of stats reduced, but you get +10 resolve. So there is basically the trick where you make a Swordmaster into your bannerman because of the resolve, and you can remove it with the water skin. So in general, I would say it's a bad trait, but it's actually whatever. It only happens on the Swordmaster, so you can't recruit bros with the old trait. It's whatever, right? It's an event thing. You can play around it. Who cares? Optimist, +5. Moral at all positive moral checks. Really good trait. I like it a lot. Paranoid, +5 range and melee defense, but -30 initiative. That's a really good trait. Defense is just good, and you get a lot of it. It has bad synergy with dodge guys, but otherwise really, really great. Pessimist, -5%, -5 moral at moral checks, just bad. The Pit Fighter, yeah, that's just the icon that you did the pit fight. Player character, this is for the Lone Wolf origin, right? +10 resolve. Starting scenario. Prophet of Davgul, same stuff. Quick, +10 initiative. Yeah, I mean, it's actually good for fence house and initiative builds, so it's a good trait. Short sight is -1 vision. Again, who cares? Spartan eats 1 set of 2 food per day. I like this one. Makes you more efficient, right? You can get away with less food. Really good. Okay, strong is a really good trait. Gives you +10 fatigue and also +10 initiative if you equip anything. So that's a really good trait. Also, you can get more fatigue from events. Good trait. Really like it. Superstitious, one of the worst traits in the game, -10 morale, and you just have horrible events. You can become afraid, which is a status effect. It's just terrible. Terrible. If I see a bro who is superstitious, I'll throw him away right away. Terrible. Okay, sure footing, +5 melee skill, melee defense. That's just good. Survivor, 90% chance to survive if you are struck down. You will survive with a permanent injury, so you can have bros that survive. Especially with 9 lives and lucky, dude, you can have bros that are basically... I had bros with like 5, 6 permanent injuries. they didn't die. It's funny sometimes. All right, Swift, +5 range defense. Yeah, just good. Team player has a 50% lower chance to inflict friendly fire. Whatever, you never shoot at your own bros. Tiny, +5 ranged and melee defense, but -15% melee damage. So it's additional defense, which is pretty good. It's really good on tanks, really bad on the damage dealer. So I would say tiny is can be a good or a bad trade. So I would say it's whatever. Depends on the bro, right? On damage bros, makes the bro a bad bro. On tanks, makes him a good bro. All right, tough plus 10%, plus 10 hit points. That's just a good trade. Weasel, 25 defense while retreating. This is whatever. Never matters. Who cares? And there a lot of Dovcool, of course. It's the Dovcool trade. All right, guys, there you have it. I have this image twice. These are all the trades in the game. This is the tier list. I really like all 4 of these ones, and these are the trades you're looking for. Iron Lungs, Drunkard with good melee skill, Brute with good melee skill, and Huge with good defense, right? These are the trees, the traits that increases your bro's damage output, right? And all of these ones are pretty good. These ones, who cares? And if you find a bro who has any of these traits, some of them can be removed. You can play around some of these, but these are just, on good late game bros, avoid them. They're just trash. All right, guys, there you have it. Thank you so much for watching. This is my trade tier list. By the way, I stream daily, so on Twitch and YouTube, you can join me if you want to. And yeah, have a nice day, guys. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and see you in the next one. Bye-bye.